Spaceship. So this is currently on sale as well. About $10, not too bad, I think, for what it's going to come with. So let's go ahead and check this out. So Rubble and Crew is a spin-off of Paw Patrol, but under the Paw Patrol umbrella. I have not seen that, so I don't know the characters' names aside from Rubble, but here's Rubble. And I don't think you need to actually see that show to appreciate that this is probably a Rubble toy. Looks like it only comes with Rubble. Okay, so let's go ahead and open it up. So it is sealed on both sides, so we're going to go ahead and have scissors and check it out. So Rubble and Crew, I wonder if anybody knows why Rubble was the spinoff. Is Rubble the favorite character? My kids really liked Sky, but they must have known that Rubble was the next favorite aside from Chase. Okay, this is a little difficult to get out of the box. All right, we'll flip it over. All right, and here we are. We have the main spaceship directions and a bag. So let's go ahead and pop open these directions here and see if it's anything important. Okay, so first things first, let's get Rubble out of here. So our accessories here in the bag are a Rubble figure, very standard, probably a little higher quality than the typical figures, maybe because he is the only figure in this set, but you can see that there are some details on his fur. Okay, so yeah, it has a good weight to it, and that is our Rubble. So you can see the size. I would say it's a little bit bigger than a standard Rubble figure. Okay, and the other two accessories are these cones. Okay, so we have directions that say to put Rubble on the left side here. So we have this, what looks like an elevator. So we'll go ahead and put Rubble here. Okay, he snaps into place. And it shows that this also pops out over here. Okay, so maybe he snaps in over here as well. Okay, so now it tells us, we snapped Rubble in here. We opened here. Let's go to 2. And it has the right hand on this side, and it has the left hand pushing up. So let's see how that works. Okay, wow, it kind of reminds me of the spaceship ride at Disney World. So let's see about how it goes down. No, it seems like it just goes up very easily. Okay. So we got the spaceship ride up, or like a Dumbo ride, you know, at Disney. It kind of reminds me of a Dumbo ride. Okay, step 3, let's remove Rubble from this side. And it says to put him on this part over here. Okay, so he snaps into place. That's good. Because what's frustrating about toys sometimes is when the figure doesn't snap into place and it just falls all over the place. So that is very good. Okay, so number 3, we've snapped Rubble into place, and it shows to go up and down. So let's see here. Okay, here we go. So need 2 hands here. So he can push this up and down, and it shows a crane, and he's pulling up like a target with a target board, and then it has like little prize animals in here. Oh, I was just talking about Sky. There's Sky, and looks like an axolotl, and a lion. Move closer here. Okay, and a panda and a bee. So it looks like, yeah, a fox at the top and a penguin. Okay, so kind of he is raising the crane, and it is like a little game that you could win a prize, is the pretend play aspect I think we're going for here. So this up and down, and Rubble stays intact. I like that a lot. And down, so raise the crane, have the toy. Okay, so let's see, he removes easily. We can put him on this little platform like so. Okay, so that is our number 3 step. So we showed that. Okay, number 4, we're putting Rubble, snapping Rubble into one of the spaceships, or like I think it kind of looks like the Dumbo ride. So we'll take Rubble, put him over here. He snaps in. Oh, that's excellent. Okay, I love, that's the best feature of this toy so far, is that the character snaps in, because there's nothing worse than trying to make them stay. Okay, so we have Rubble in here. And step 4 is to press this. Okay, very cool. All right, so Rubble is on a spaceship ride, and kind of reminds me of Dumbo, the Dumbo ride, except it's not going up and down, but it is a spaceship ride. It can go pretty fast, because you know it's going to get a lot of use like that. It seems pretty sturdy, so we can do individual presses, nice soft presses. And again, I mean, if he didn't snap in, the pieces would be flying everywhere, so that is just excellent. And then over here, we could probably fit another character. See if I have another Paw Patrol character on hand. Hang tight. I usually have some characters, but you know, I said that this was kind of like a bigger one, so I don't know if the paws would even fit if I had it. Okay, so I do have a couple of characters on hand, and they are Sky. Okay, so let's see. I have, this is not included. So this is a Sky from an old set. This is a Sky from an old set. And this is a Sky from a Lego set. So let's see if any of those fit here. So the Sky from the Lego set does not fit, but very cute. Okay, and let's see the Sky that came from another set. Let's see if she clicks in. She does not click in, so that does not work. And this is a bigger Sky from another set. See if she clicks in. Oh, almost, kind of, but not. Okay, so none of the other ones click in from the old set. I'm thinking that this is probably made to match with other Rubble sets, because maybe expansion packs would have his friends, figures of his friends, and then they would snap in there. You know, they really should have put in at least one more of his friends, because he's riding the spaceship ride all by himself. But okay, very cool. I like this. This is pretty entertaining. So, and like I said, you know it's going to get really, really heavy use. And it looks like it works. Okay, yeah, I'm not, I do find this pretty fun. Okay, pretty cool. All right, so that is the step 4. Okay, step 5, we are pushing down this side right here. Push down. Oh, that's how it collapses. Okay, I thought this was, so right here it shows you it pushes down, and that's how we collapse the spaceship. Sorry, Rubble. Let's make sure we take him out before we collapse him. Poor guy. Okay, and then it just falls into itself. Okay, so that's good. It makes it better for storage that way, for it to collapse down. Okay, so we know how to collapse it. All right, and that is about all. Okay, so let's look at the box one more time and see if we did all of the features. And we have Rubble, who is in the spaceship. We put him around and we pulled out the crane. Okay, very good. And we lifted him into the launch. We put him on the spaceship and we pulled the crane. Okay, so let's just, and the cones. So the cones don't have a function. It looks like those are just for decoration. So you can just put them on the side. Okay, so we have these decorative cones. I'll just put there. Okay, so in summary, we have Rubble's spin, launch and spin spaceship. So we get a nice big Rubble, thick quality, good quality Rubble figure. And we put him right here on the side, click him in, up the elevator, hold it down, and bam, there we go. There's the rocket ship. And then he can get on the ride like this, click in, and press the top. And he can go slowly, he can go medium, or he can go quickly. We did determine that the old figures don't click in here, so maybe it needs an expansion pack, but this is pretty fun too, just to have Rubble. Okay, so then when he gets off the ride here, he can go over to the second part, which is this crane. We'll put back down, and he also snaps in here, and he raises the crane. And it looks like this is kind of like a carnival game, so he can play a game here. And then when he is all done, you push it down and it collapses. Okay, so that is the Rubble spin spaceship. I will say that it did exceed my expectations. Since it was only $10, I did not have high expectations, but I would argue I have gotten PAW Patrol sets for way more than $10 that weren't this entertaining. And maybe it's just a little nostalgia that this ride reminds me of Dumbo, but it is very entertaining, and it seems like it would actually stand rough play, because I'm pretty much using it pretty roughly, and it's just fine. Okay, so that is the PAW Patrol Rubble Launch and Spin Spaceship. Very good deal right now, about $10. All right, give a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. See you next time.